times. Respectfully.
So kind of you.
Good luck.
Enjoys.
Yep, thanks.
Captain on the bridge.
All right. Make sure we are up and running. Make sure everything's on the up and up. Should be booting up in now. Wonderful. Okay, let's update that. Perfect. Hello, and good evening. We are here for the first week of NGS Div D West Season 17. We've got a match here between Maximum Thrust and Rooster Pizza. Welcome back, Pato. Where did he go? Nobody knows. We've got a couple bans, map bans already are done. Rooster Pizza has banned out Braxis Holdout and Garden of Terror. Maximum Thrust has banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And Rooster Pizza chose map pick, so they chose to start on Towers of Doom. Means that once we get in there, we're going to be headed there with Maximum Thrust having first pick. We're just getting everything together here. Working on some lobby linkage. Perfect. Thanks for coming to watch the stream with me. I am Gerudo King, former captain of Community Pizza. We were Div E champs last season. Figure we retired on a high note. Go ahead and try my hand at this casting game we got going on here. Once they get their stuff together, they're going to kick me out to spotting. Perfect. Everyone's in the lobby, gearing up for game one. Really quiet. We can fix that. We can fix that. I don't know how much loud. Oh, that's really loud. We're going to go there. You let me know if that's an acceptable volume for you folks. We have got this. Oh, we are waiting on a bio break. Oh, good old Rooster Pizza. You can never have their, I'd say, ducks in a row, but they're roosters, so we'll say roosters in a row. Kind of excited to see. We got some of my old champion buddies from Div E on Rooster Pizza. I see some familiar names on Maximum Thrust over there on the other side. So I think we are in good shape. Everyone's fresh rested for a new season of solid NGS. Yeah, I think I've got the game volume good too, but if that's too quiet once we get in the game, you let me know. And I will turn that up. I'm going to keep on augmenting it. You let me know if I get too loud, because now we're talking about the foosball in the game chat because someone's taken too long to handle their bio break. 3 minutes late. Last time I checked, NGS rules say you have 15 minutes to be ready for the game, so these guys are on a timer. But I'm just the observer and caster. I'm not a referee, so I'm not here to enforce the rules. I just stream it and hope for the best. I still think I want to try to swap what I've got in my line here. I thought there was a button to do it. But, oh, here we go. That ought to fix it once we get into the scoreboard. And, still just waiting on this last person to show up. There we go. We've got ready from Roosters. Caster is ready. Maximum Thrust is ready. We are going in 3, 2, 1. That means it's time to swap over to our draft phase. Wondering what kind of crazy compositions we've got coming from the boys on both sides, maybe some ladies. We're an all-inclusive community here in NGS. And the red team starts with the first ban. Let's see if they've done their homework on Rooster Pizza. If they've got some targeted bans, if we've got some meta bans, maybe some map bans, not pans. We're not cooking here. Well, maybe someone's cooking, but not me. All right, we've got a Brightwing ban. That's a solid overall ban to keep out of your opponent's hands. We don't like any of that in our team. Wait to see 5 seconds for the pizza, and they're going to get rid of Stukov. No one's healing in this game today. I'd like to see it. All 5 DPS, full on ARAM. Let's go. Crush it out. Next ban, are we going to get another healer? Crimp that healer pool some more. Maybe a tank ban. I don't know much about all of the Maximum Thrust players. I know that Rhaegar is a 100% targeted ban on the healer Cranky Rhino on Rooster Pizza. Still a good overall ban. It's not like he's a pocket pick by any means. One more healer for the beans here. There you go. 4 healers all day. You'll love to see it. That means we've got strong tanks, strong DPS all over the place. Towers of Doom, you want some good push power. All kinds of different ways to play the map out. We're going to start with a strong DPS choice on the side of Maximum Thrust in Vala. Looking like a good start for them. We got one rotation of choices for the pizza. Lock in Joanna. That's your once was, once is, and once will forever be your top tier tank. Followed by Pato's Zul'jin play. So we're going to get to see that coming out strong. Sonya and a Li Ming leaving a tank and the healer up for the second round of picks on the side of Maximum Thrust. Follow up with some bans. Do we get a 5th healer ban? I don't see why we don't get all 6 healer bans. There's no healers on either side at this point. And we go for a tank ban. Get rid of the noob. Maybe trying to protect some future pick on the side of Rooster Pizza. What else do we have coming up here? Last ban. Another healer ban, maybe? Coming up in the last couple seconds to make a choice. And this is going to update my screen here for us. All right, next 2 picks for Rooster Pizza. How are we going to round out this comp? probably need an offlaner. Grabbing the Anduin. Just kind of surprising, made it through to this late in the draft phase. That's usually a high priority ban for most. And a Malthael. It's Malthael against the Sonya. I imagine Sonya should have the edge on the matchup on the off lane for a bit until we get a little bit deeper and Malthael starts getting some of his drain tank going on there. Let's see. Get a tank and a healer from these guys. Maybe another bruiser and a healer. Maybe no healer. Maybe yes, maybe no. In the words of our former caster from Div E. Then we get a Stitches and a Malfurion. So looking to punish the all-in of Joanna and get her soloed out with the Malfurion roots. How are we going to round this comp out? Toast Monster bringing in his Kel'Thuzad. So looking pretty good there. See if we get any crazy trades going on. That's not how we play around here though. And it looks like everyone's standing up. We're gonna wrap up the draft phase and move on over to game mode. Good luck to both teams. Setting up for match 1, week 1, Div D West. Let's get it started.
Prepare yourself for battle.
All right, all right. We are looking to get this all hot and bothered here on Towers of Doom right now. On your red side, we've got W Star on Li Ming, Vacuity on Vala. You've got Ace on Stitches. You have Zalev on Malfurion and Sparhawk on the Sonya, and that is going to be your red team for maximum thrust. I'm trying. Oh my God, I'm trying so hard. And there you go. I got the pop up there, and now you've got blue team. And doing Cranky Rhino, Kel'Thuzad is Toast Monster, Joanna is gonna be Dr. J, Malthael is Shane 9110, and Pato on Zul'jin. Skirmishing in mid right away. Sonya has bailed on that though. Gone for the 1-4, and that is Stitches going down right away to the 5-man in mid. Taking the early kill lead, but Sonya soaking to make up for that XP loss. And it looks like we are going to a 1-1-3. Rooster Pizza is staging up ahead. Zul'jin stepping way out up front, but walks away with a quick cleave of the W. Maximum thrust rotating down, matching the 4-man. Sonya and Malthael are on double soak duty, so we're just going to ignore them. We're not interested in what they're doing unless they clash in one lane with each other. And now it's time for camps as the wave has been clear. The tank's dragging back, making sure there's no shenanigans. Well, Joe goes to the camp. Stitches stays to start soaking. That could give them an edge on the push with it, but they see Stitches down there. Rooster Peach is going to come over, but the camp's already taken. They're stepping up for the Stitches. They get the pull in. There's the root. And Stitches gets a heal. Will he walk away? He's getting there. He is gone. They're pushing back. Pato walking away with 200 HP. That's 2-0 for the side of Rooster Pizza so far. Double soak is being matched at the moment. Wave state in the bottom seems to be pretty even. So this is probably just going to clear out. Nope, blue has pushed a bit harder, clearing out the Pumpkin Boys. Looking to stage theirs for a quick take. That's a double stun from Kel'Thuzad, and that is one more down. Vala walking away. Vala gets away. Does Vala have the talents that we care about? She went Q build. Her dying is not a big deal as far as her stacks are concerned. So the 4-man getting a quick level advantage for the side of Rooster Pizza. And Stitches and Li Ming trying to hold the line, but There's already a wall down. There's a tower down. Rooster Pizza is establishing early dominance in the bot lane before this altar comes up. Vala coming in from respawning, setting up for the altar. Malthael looks like he's pushing out the Sonya. Sonya says, okay, screw you, I'm going to go get the altar. And we have a 2 split. Pato gets pushed out. This altar should go the side of Maximum Thrust. That's 1 altar from Sonya, looking to go interrupt the Malthael before he gets there. Kel'Thuzad gets some roots. Malfurion working on the cap, gets it. Doc J caught out a little too far. Pato's down. Doc J walking away. That Li Ming ball is going right up somewhere he doesn't like. 2 down for Rooster Pizza. But they got their top altar, so not so bad. But now they're going on to Kel'Thuzad, and that is a 3rd kill, evening out the levels just about. A smidge of a lead going the way of Rooster Pizza, but it is already gone with the 4-man here soaking up into the bot lane. And that is a 4-shot lead for the boys in red. So remember, this is Towers of Doom. You can't win normally. You have to win by getting the altar shots. Each altar does a shot based on your structure count. So as long as the map state stays like this and everyone has 3 forts, each altar is worth 4. But if you cap 1, you get an extra shot and your opponent gets 1 less. 40 shots is the health of your Nexus core, and once you hit 0, you are dead. So quick lead going over, and that is Malthael losing the 1v1 to Sonya up at the camp. I said early, I don't think Malthael can really stand up to Sonya, but here we go. We got another 4v4 coming down here. Joe stepping up, going right onto the Malfurion, but the Roots keep his allies locked behind him. Looks like they've made this face. Kel'Thuzad grabbed by the Stitches Hook, yanked back by the Leap of Faith, getting away with 10 HP. They are pushed out of here. All of these health bars would be blinking if this was a different MOBA, but they walk away with their tails between their legs. And Maximum thrusts right on in there, takes that camp, hooks Pato back into the fight. But Shane has come down for the wraparound, and he's worried about the wave. They are 4v4ing with low health bars. I don't know what the strategy was there. Shane could have had that quick wraparound and made that a quick 5-on-4 before Sonya showed up. Now they've got Pumpkin Boys to deal with. They've got a 5v5 at the altar. And Maximum Thrust has about a 1/3 of a level advantage. Roots on the Malfurion. That is Kel'Thuzad hooked back in by the Stitches. Everyone's low. Cranky Rhino can't keep anyone alive. Can't keep himself alive. Pato's all the way in the back. Malthael is just yanked back in by Stitches. That's Joanna going down. That's a Malthael going down. And Zul'jin is just mumbling some jungle fever over there, healing up as quick as he can. But that is an altar going down. That is level 10s for Maximum Thrust. And looking ahead, you've got Leap on Sonya, Gorge on Stitches, Rain of Vengeance on Vala, Tranquility on Malfurion, and Wave of Force on Li Ming. If I didn't know better, someone's going to get gorged, and when they come out of their belly, it's a bad time for everybody. Kel'Thuzad gets a chains onto Vala and quickly gets a hard rebuttal for the prior team fight. But they are still down a level and a half. Do not have their ultimates to take this fight back against Maximum Thrust. But they will protect their fort and keep the altar count even for now. Li Ming looking for this. Is she trying to snipe the fort? Is she... I don't know what she's doing there. Malthael stepping up to the Sonya. That's real aggressive when he doesn't have his 10s yet. They are online now. What are we coming in with? We've got Tazdingo with the Zul'jin. We've got Shadow Fisher for Kel'Thuzad. He's getting yoinked in. He is eaten. Here we go. Watch this ult combo in style. That's the Roots. That doesn't even need the rest of it. He is pooped into a bed of restricting vines and left for dead. That is a light bomb coming out from Anduin on the Joe, which is a big stun, but Pato gets yanked across the Roots and is blown up. Joanna also deleted her shield, not enough to stop it. She has the Blessed Shield, and we have the last rites from Shane up in the top lane on Malthael. That is the bottom fort going the way of Maximum Thrust, and That is usually the sign of a snowball beginning to form on this map. Just because the bottom lane has access to 2 altars and 2 camps, so it is very important to establish control down here as quick as you can. It also removes the healing well for Rooster Pizza, and they're not even able to get close to the altars, as that is 10 more shots going towards the blue Nexus, who are fighting a 4v4 to get to their own fort to capture it back. Pato gets hooked in. That's a blessed shield, stopping them all. Tranquility out to heal them up. Joanna is still stepping in, but no one can follow him up. That Li Ming gets rooted, but there is still no follow-up there. Roots keeping everyone back. Looks like Pato stepped into them. He walks away. They all step forward to protect their Pato, but no one has any HP. Self-light bomb from Anduin just to try to dissuade them, but it's not enough, and that is Kel'Thuzad going. And then Joe stepping up, trying to pick a fight she did not want to pick, I don't think, and gets blown up. We are 13 kills to 5. I don't know. Shane's still up here trying to double soak, but I mean, I'd like to see him come down and try to at least take the 5v4 to give him an edge in the fight before it gets out of control, but this is the mid wall going down. Shane taking the safe way back to try to defend, but his gang buddies are bottom. They haven't even gotten to the fort yet. Stitches, he is looking for this hook. As soon as those minions step out, I don't know if Pato saw him there or not, but here they go. They're coming around with the flank. Here's another 4-man fight, and Kel'Thuzad on the front line. Joanna up front making space. That's Li Ming stepping up too far. Doesn't get the resets. Kel'Thuzad eaten. Here it goes. Oh, that's a blessed shield. Light bomb. Oh, so close to making that save, but Stitches goes down. They might actually make the fight here with the 5-man. Malfurion goes down, and Vala is about to get pincered by the Lich Lord himself. I don't know if Toast knew he was coming. I don't think Toast expected that to happen, and the flanker got flanked. But they get their fort back. It resets it up here for the altars. They manage to get the altars. It's 4-on-3 as the respawns come in. They're down 20 shots, but they've reset the map state, so it's not all is lost. They're on the same talent tier, so there's not an inherent advantage there. Well, Malfield did get a stack on his last right, so that's really good for being able to use his ult repeatedly in the fight since it reduces the cooldown. Rooster Pizza stepping up, but now seeing the number disadvantage. He gets eaten. Anduin goes into the belly. Blessed Shield follows up. Light Bomb. This might turn harder than they thought. Pato pops a Tazingo, lives. No, the damage is spread all over the place. No one's going down. Stitches finally falls down. Roots are covering the front line. Malfield gets blown up because the Roots were in the way. Tranquility out to keep Thrust going, and that's there's no disengaging this. They all split in different directions. Pato, I'd count me wrong. He's made that's a cue to Joanna's face. No iron skin to keep her alive there. And Pato once more the last member standing with minimal health as he jungle boogies back to his core. And Maximum Thrust says absolutely not. We will take this fort back. And they take it with flair. Nothing but fighting and scrapping non-stop for 12 minutes. 32-12 with 3 altars up. If Maximum Thrust with 5 shots in altar gets all 3s, this game is over. Pumpkin Boys going in through the bot lane with the fort down. Any Pumpkin Boys that cross this line right here will count as a shot too. So those are 3 shots you have to worry about. So the 2 altars taken, that's 10 down. That means they're at 2 health. Those Pumpkin Boys could end the game if they don't get down there to stop them. Here comes Maximum Thrust to escort the Pumpkin Boys, but Rooster Pizza's on the even talent level. This is the best chance they've got. Maximum Thrust up here also threatening the boss, which is worth 4 shots. This is stuck in a rock and a hard place. Malfield's going in, sticking to the Li Ming. This is a 3-on-4 up top. Kel'Thuzad with the big chains, but it's not enough. That's 2 going down. Anduin running for his life. That's going to be a 3-for-1 up top. Pato trying to defend against the Pumpkin Boys has left his top lane of buddies with no fight. Johanna was mid, also trying to clear a wave. Not there either. Can she get to the point? Doesn't even try, and she's getting booped around. Pato throwing axes, gets the kill at the end just to pad his stats a little bit, as the name Pad Zero would suggest. But that is game one wrapped up. And a nice, tidy little Christmas gift with a bow going the way of Maximum Thrust. And that's that. That's how towers can go. It starts going, it don't stop going till the going stops and someone's dead. So. With the loss going over to the side of Rooster Pizza, they will have the choice of map pick or first pick going into game two. We can take a look here at some of these stats, because we all love stats, don't we? And we're going to go ahead and update the scoreboard as well, with Maximum Thrust getting a point there. Looking at the damage numbers here, Li Ming taking the cake with 60k. Zueljin matching his auto opponent there, edging her out on damage a little bit. But otherwise, it's they shut that Kel'Thuzad down. He had some early chains in the roots, got some early blow-ups, but he did not get anything done. 16,000 damage compared to Li Ming's 60 is rough cakes. Healing, there's a bit of a canyon in the heal department there, almost getting doubled by the Malfurion. But it looks like Rooster Pizza has chosen to take map pick, and they are going to Infernal Shrines. A little more standard of a map with some 3 lanes and proper objectives and storming the forts. We're going to go ahead and update that screen now as well. There you go. You got the Infernal Shrines screen coming in there. Let's see what we've learned from game one, if we're going to make any draft adjustments, compositional adjustments, maybe ban out something that one team or another thought was a problem. But the last pick, the pocket pick, Kel'Thuzad, didn't pay any dividends for the side of Rooster Pizza. So heading back to the drawing board on that one. Infernal Shrines, you kind of want some zone control for the maps. For the objective areas, so that you can keep people out or fight your way in. The different punishers may dictate whether teams want to go for the objectives at all, or maybe run around the map and trade an objective for some pressure elsewhere. But all I know is when a Frozen shows up, you throw your corpses at the wall to get that Frozen Punisher on your side. So, going into game two, Rooster Pizza did pick the map, so that means that first pick will be on the side of Maximum Thrust one more time. And we're getting ready to hop on in there. Making sure we got the captain on the right spot. Pardon the coughing and the terrible voice and the drinking. We've been fighting illness all week, but we're trying to stay hydrated, get us through the night, have a solid night of casting. I think I heard my voice crack at some point. Cat's over here laughing at me, but no worries. We got Rooster Pizza readied up. We've got casters ready to go. And we are waiting on maximum thrust to get in the prime position for thrusting capacity. And there they go. We are getting ready to begin the draft stage of Game 2. Counting down 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and transition with that beautiful draft screen footage. Not quite Bush's baked beans, but we gave it a good go. Will we see the entire healer pool from Heroes of the Storm be banned out in the first phase of bans once again? Let us see. Let us not be surprised by anything crazy. And sign me up for a Brightwing ban, unless something felt spooky. So either nothing spooked thrust enough to make a change, or Brightwing is just that powerful of a pick to make sure it stays banned. I hear you. I hated Brightwing. I made sure that guy stayed banned forever and ever. Seeing what's going on over here in the chat room. Look at you. Savvy is filling my chat room with all the words. Look at him go. That's another Joe ban. A little bit different on the ban stage. That is leaving the Rhaegar open from game 1 that was banned out. And what do we ban on the side of Rooster Pizza? Do they dare leave the Rhaegar up? No, they do not want to deal with the roots. I agree. That Stitch is pooping people into a terrible bed of roots was awful. But Vala says, I pretty much dominated that game, and I will come back to play. And we insta-lock the Rhaegar this time, and also grab the Hogger, who is a specialty on this map, as he can hit the sweet spot in those objective zones to get infinite spin. Can Rooster Pizza play around the Hogger well enough, or will maximum thrust just thrust their way into the objective zones regardless? That is a Diva and a Tassadar, both really good choices to interrupt the Hogger spin in the objective zone. Diva, I believe, can just cue him out of it, and if nothing else, Tassadar will create some extra terrain to interrupt the spin to win infinity mechanic. That's an ETC ban. I don't know if that's a targeted ban or what, but I wouldn't say it's a meta ban. But there you have it. So we're looking for a healer and a tank again on the side of Thrust, and some damage and a tank on the side of Pizza. What will Thrust get rid of? Who is Jason Payton? It's a very weird username. You should search it. You won't find it. Here we go. Next two picks coming in hot. 2 DPS. We're going to grab the tank. What are we going to leave for the surprise pocket pick from the side of Pizza? I want some spicy toppings on my pizza, please. Let's get some, and that is with Pato on his Zul'jin. That is about as plain of a pizza as you can get. I'd even say that's some white pizza. I am saddened by what I see here. Coming in with these last two picks here. Anduin and a Muradin. So they saw the Anduin play from last game, probably got embarrassed by the healer numbers, and said, we'll show you how it's done. I'm just kidding. Anduin's a really strong pick. He's going to go ahead and lock that in. Muradin in a great overall tank, and an Asmodan coming in. we've actually role swapped over here. We've got Toast Monster on the May, switching up for tanking, and that is Doc J looking to take the Asmodan. But here we go. Getting ready to swing on in to game 2. Stand by for screen swap. Just kidding. It's the same screen. It just switches what's up top. Here we go. We are looking at the blue side. You've got Shane 911 on Hager, Pato on Zul'jin, Dr. J on Asmodan, Toast Monster on May, Cranky Rhino on Rhaegar. That's your Rooster Pizza over there. On the red side, you have got, here we go with the names again, Vacuity on Vala. You've got a W Star on Tassadar. You have, I'm losing it, Sparhawk on Diva, Ace on Mirrodin, and Zayliv on Anduin. They're making up your maximum thrust. Here we go, 5v5 in the middle once more. Asmodan going for the dunk, clipping one of them a little bit. We've got the GLHF in chat. That sounds nice, but we don't want chat on the screen. No, we don't. We're going in for the max zoom out. Asmodan getting 2 more dunks. Here we are, measuring dicks right here in the mid. Diva has already left. She is going to soak. Rooster Pizza going in for the May slide. Dunk misses everyone, and off goes Hogger to play with Diva. That is Mirrodin going down. The Wrath of Zul'jin comes in hot and heavy. 4-man rotating down. Even got a little dunk on the gate there in mid. This wave is clear. So early game, you kind of want to look at running around for the camps, rotating the 4-man between mid and bot, try to get some camp superiority. May's watching this camp. Anduin face checks the bush, Tassadar wall to keep his friends alive. Pato over here fighting the Vala, goes down. Do they get the Vala trade? They sure do. That is totally worth it, as Vala has gone the Gambit stacking talent this game. So she gets a big attack speed boost right off the bat. G's death, she loses a bit of that bonus. And at 5 deaths, you get no bonus. So she is 20% of the way to nothing. Otherwise, you've got the stacking Q talent from Mirrodin, stacking Q talent from Tassadar. And what else? You've got Gluttony from Asmodan. That's an important one. 4v4 scuffling over absolutely nothing in the middle of the map right here. Everybody walks away, realizes there's nothing important there. Totem build coming in from Rhaegar, most likely. You've got Blizzard. And nothing else really. You've got the AP build from Zul'jin. Not quite the ding build. Everybody walks away, goes to get their own camp. Thrust is a little bit quicker. Pizza getting there is just a little bit behind, but not a problem. Diva looking to roam down. Asmodan going mid. That's going to be 2 people in mid, leaving this a number disadvantage for bottom lane. That is Pato getting walled out by Tassadar, and he will slink away. Red team has the wave clear to push through, but none of the... Oh, red team goes for the bottom siege camp. Mirrodin zoning that out. Diva trying to clear out the siege camp up here in top lane. Hogger says, please no, leave one of them. Goes to clear out theirs. A little bit of spin to win on the meat pile. Yum yum. This siege camp gets taken without a problem. And Pizza says, fine, we'll go take a different camp. So they're locking down their bruiser camp to push while the objective's up. But the objective's already here. Hogger's there fighting 1v3. Oh, squeezes out as the wall forms in behind him. That is 5 red heroes all at the objective, with May rolling in for the last one. That's a siege bottom for red, a bruiser for top as the objectives go. A clear objective lead so far for Thrust, but here comes the engage. May's in the backline messing things up. The mech bomb coming out. Everybody runs away from blue. May ice blocks, but is barely able to hold it. Valo looking to get some poke over there. Everybody kind of walks away, and Muradin looking to protect the Vala. Asmodee gets a dunk, but doesn't have the damage to really hurt anything yet. D.Va has a massive heal going in. Low health bars on Pizza side. Pato goes down. That could turn the fight here. We're getting some dunks, but it's not enough to keep. Muradin comes back in after tapping. Jumps right onto the Asmodee. Valo's backing him up. Tassadar is left to go tap and clear out the Bruiser camp with the number advantage. And it is 39. It is 40. They get the Tassadar from the Bruiser camp, I'm guessing. Dai is trying to defend, but the Arcane Punisher goes the way of Maximum Thrust. So we're looking to get John Cena to jump over the wall here. There he is, and that should be a quick defense from the side of Pizza. Not before Thrust will have their way with their protective barrier in front of their fleshy interior. John Cena gets one final stun. 5-man in the mid lane. They are looking to move up. That is a block on the Muradin, but he gets Leap of Faith because his leap was already down. You've got the Bruiser camp going on up here with Tassadar and D.Va. They are just chilling. That was a big heal on D.Va. And they're going bottom to work with this Siege camp that's had made zero progress, but just been hanging out at this fog cloud down here. And we're going to 4v4 fight again. May goes in, all kinds of crazy, but the health bars don't support this yet. Asmodee walking out in the front of the line. May trying to buy some space, but Maximum Thrust continues to thrust their way forward into the front line of Pizza. This Siege camp is just hucking spears from below. Still alive. And finally Rhaegar says that's enough of that and murders it. With 3 seconds left before the next camp spawns, that is, I would say that would have been the first time I've seen two of the same camp up at one time. That would have been incredible. Missed opportunity. So minus points to Cranky Rhino for killing that little guy. They want this camp for themselves this time. Maximum Thrust all over theirs, but Pizza had already cleared theirs. Vala goes to fight against it, sending 2-3 people. D.Va's making her way down to try to answer for this camp. Muradin loses his jump, but Anduin has a backup for him. So far, we've got more than halfway on the Tassadar charge as we hit the 10s. What do we have? We've got Bunny Hop for some real big slows. You've got Rain of Vengeance again. Avatar for the Muradin. You have a Black Hole and you have a Light Bomb. That was an aggressive hero mode snowball that gets Tassadar caught and into the back line of Pizza. They are unable to follow up. So we've seen Snowball. We see Army of Demonic Invasion. That's it. Not the Army of the Dead. That's the other guy. Taz Dingo on Pato again. We've got Ancestral on the Rhaegar and a big old shockwave from Hogger. Our offlaners are off doing offlane things, but the 4-man of Pizza is pushing, trying to make a statement here. That is some big dunk value on the 3 standing heroes. 166 out of 200 on Gluttony. Almost halfway on the baseline Annihilation talent. Not this time. They'll walk away from the Dunk Master skills himself. That is a Bruiser camp ready to be taken for Pizza, but if I was Thrust, I'd be looking because I know they want it again, and they have the same mindset. Pato's at half health. Toastmaster's the only one here. Everyone else is gone. Hogger's up in the lane. They know he's not anywhere. Pato, stunned, gets the Tazdingo out, manages to get a Ancestral off from Cranky Rhino. The camp goes the way of Maximum Thrust. They're all low. There goes the dunk. That's what we're looking for from the basketball guy himself. Can he get another one off? He could get some easy picks, but we're going to take the 1-for-1. Hogger being traded for Tassadar, and the camp is clear. And we've got a pretty hardcore even matchup. XP is blow for blow. 1 kill lead to Pizza, and here we go. Time to kill the little skelly grubbies. D.Va slides in there. She doesn't have the eject ready for the bomb. D.Va gets absolutely dunk blasted by the Dunk Master, and now we have not quite staggered times, but Pato stepping in like a hero. He's got 40 seconds on Tazdingo, so I don't know if he's baiting or what. He missed the hero snowball. May be punished for that. As Vala does not quite get off. And the blind, and that is another stack on for Vala. Tassadar's black hole goes wide, and that is 4 down. That is a clean fight. Pato walking away with 40 hit points with no Tazdingo in that fight. The truest of Chad, if I've ever seen one. And that is a solid objective phase for Rooster Pizza. What do we have? We have so far 2 deaths on Vala, so that is down to 15% attack speed on her from her passive. You're at like the line for what's really noticeable. 1 more death and you still have a bit of a buff, but it's not as strong anymore. Murden gets absolutely whiffle batted after the John Cena stun and gets disappeared. That's why you don't jump in as Murden, even if you have a leap of faith. May buy some space so he can go ahead and take that. Mortar Punisher deleting the wall and taking out Tassadar too. They are not stopping on this push. D.Va has gone to go do something in the other lane, but in the meantime, there is havoc in the top lane over here. Shane is clearing out camps, but they don't even need him. John Cena got bored and is going for the other keep. But that's okay, because the others control it. D.Va Bomb to reset the scenario, and Pizza says, "Thank you very much. This is a tasty meatball. We're going to put another one in the oven." And they disengage. 5-man thrust coming up for the Bruiser camp. Camp's being taken bottom. Do we see any kind of spicy talents? We just have the totem build from Rhaegar going all day. Ice Block and Blizzard. Nothing here. We got the net from Zul'jin, so hopefully get some more catch-outs with some of the boops from the May. Only 1 stack of the Chastise talent on Anduin, so not getting a lot of value from that talent so far. Q is almost fill for Tassadar. Not that you get anything for finishing out. The black hole goes, but there's no follow-up on it. Big 2-man stun on Zul'jin and Rhaegar. 2-man hero snowball right into Asmodan's face. The light bomb goes out, but it is too late. That is a crushing snowball for Thrust, who are just going to lose their fort here. As Murden's going to get zoned out. His jumps down, Blizzard in front of him. There's a totem. He is not having a good time. I don't want to be the one to say it, folks, but I think they might go to a game 3 here. Rooster Pizza not having such a great showing on the first map they chose, but they are showing that they figured it out, and their drawing board is on point. They are coming in hot for the bottom keep here. Hogger just pushing mid, doing his thing, and now Asmodan walled out. That could be punishing, but there's no other DPS. It's just Tassadar, and Asmodan, being quite the tanky ranged assassin, just walks away from the force wall. And we reset once more. So that's a wall down. This is exposed bottom keep, which is not great for when you have the objective coming on the bot side of the map. You have a Bruiser camp up for Rooster Pizza, who also have a talent advantage, 2.5 levels. Seeing at level 12, it was dead even. That is quite the momentum that they have picked up. And now they're looking for a death brush. What does Thrust spot it out? And Toast Monster going in for the crazy slide to draw him out, but doesn't catch anything. Murden has his jump available this time. And now we're on an even talent tier. So this is back to anyone's game. If there's a point at which Maximum Thrust wants to try to solidify and make a comeback, it's got to be now before Rooster Pizza hits their 20s. Got Hogger going hog wild on this camp. You have a Bruiser camp taken up top. So you need to take this fight and quickly as Maximum Thrust before that Bruiser camp has clean access all the way to your core. That's the net on Murden, but he just kind of walks away from it. D.Va getting slammed in. That's a light bomb on Murden, but it's wasted. A big bomb on the back line of Pizza. D.Va goes down, but not before she forces the back line of Pizza back. But Nothing for it. Murden all by himself up front again. He is going down. Easy peasy. And this is a frozen Punisher this time. This is going to be brutal, as this is going to shut the buildings down on the way to the core. The siege camp almost gets his front fort, but again, look here, we've got the bruiser camp making their way up to the core with a cadre of catapults behind them, and you just have a 5-man push. They're not even 20s yet, but this is looking kind of dire for the side of Maximum Thrust. They'll have their help in time. They'll be able to stand, and I don't think Pizza's going to hit 20 before they get in here, so there is a smidge of hope. But not when your Tassadar gets jumped by John Cena, and the leap of faith comes to pull him out. We're looking for the engage. Where's the hero snowball from Meg? She's stepping up. She's looking for it. There she goes in. Can't get behind him. The wall keeps his team at bay. John Cena jumps onto the Vala, pushes her back. The core shield is already down. Diva goes down. The mech is lost. No bomb coming out now. John Cena's destroyed. You're going down. You've got a little bit of health left on the core. Pizza's pushing for it, but they're losing focus. Maximum Thrust is pushing them back. That is the Murden pushed in with the snowball. Not the target you want, but he still dies. Is 4 for 4. The fight is resetting, and my voice is losing it. Diva gets back in her mech. They're pushing back in with another wave. Top is clear. You've got a catapult going, 32% on the core. Anduin fighting gets dunked, and that has got to be it. They walk away from the core again. Just hit the core, fellas. Pizza, just do it. Just hit the core. You could do it, 10%. But Rhaegar gets pushed off 2%, and that is gonna be it. That was I mean, I've seen some crazy defenses in my day, but it was getting a little silly. That makes the series 1-1. I mean, just a strong rebuttal from the side of Rooster Pizza. Welcome back, Pato. Tassadar and Zul'jin once again neck and neck for top DPS, but Dr. J stepping up on the Azmodan, not dying once, playing incredibly, edging out the Vala, who only died twice, but never got to pull the trigger like she did in the first game. Rhaegar, certainly the stronger healer for Cranky Rhino, gaps the Anduin almost as much as the Malfurion gapped his Anduin, so I don't know if Anduin's the play for either one of your teams, fellas. This side soaking, great job from Hager and Diva, both very even. But Azmodan coming in clutch with a massive amount of extra offlane soak to give him that huge level advantage leading into that last fight at the objective. Well done. Other than that, I don't think there was much to really spot here. Hager didn't even take his level 20. He opted that he didn't need that nonsense. He was staying in full control that time. Yeah, and Murden didn't have quite the presence that their Stitches did. So, all in all, a strong showing from Rooster Pizza to tie up the series 1-1. So with the loss, that now means that Maximum Thrust gets to choose map pick or first pick. And waiting to see what the choice is there. A great game though. Did not see Rooster Pizza coming back with such a vengeance. It was they had something to prove, and prove it they sure did. Where do we go? The snowball game went great. Game 1 for Maximum Thrust, and then Rooster Pizza came in game 2 and said, we're just going to bring a literal snowball, and we're going to rock that to the win. So where do we go for game 3? Let's bring up the map selection once more, kind of see where we're at on that front. So you've got Alterac Pass left, you've got Cursed Hollow, Dragonshire. We did Infernal Shrines. You got Sky Temple. That would be completely boring. And then there's always Volskaya if we want to throw a curveball into the mix. Oh no, we're waiting to see what's happening here. Team's taking a minute to get their bearings straight going into game 3. It's not a best of 3 anymore. It's now a best of 1. So you got to bring out your best, your A game, and hopefully there's a pocket pick. I do see that they're in a lobby. I don't know if it's the right one. I'm going to try. Didn't even let the caster know what was going on. They're just hiding out in the lobby. Spying out, and there we go. We're going to Cursed Hollow for map 3. We'll find out who picked the map and prime up for our third and final draft of the night. We'll see if we can get a response. Find out who's going to be first pick. Alright, so Pizza picked the map one more time. So let's see. They picked the map all 3 games this evening. Let's see if it was, if they can pull it out and end the series with a win here to 2-1 it and show that map pick is always better than first pick in these series. Best of 3 is now a best of 1. Hyping up the teams, get them all pumped for their. This is it. This is the big old decider of the evening before next week. It's game 1. This is your momentum for the rest of the season. Week 1, not game 1. I already did game 1. Win the first week and you're off to the races. We got readies from Pizza. We got readies from me. We got almost a ready for Maximum Thrust. I hit the button. I did hit the button. So we're all updated on that front, and we are getting ready to swap on over to the draft mode. See what excitement awaits us here. Will we have another Valo? Will we ban all of the healers again in the ban phase? It's yet to be seen. Just see if they need help finding the start button. And off we go. Draft for game 3 of Maximum Thrust versus Rooster Pizza. Welcome back, Pato. Is happening right now at a Gerudo King 97 stream near you. Walking in with Maximum Thrust having first pick, first ban once more. Do they ban the Brightwing? This map is a large map. It is a macro-based map, so maybe we'll see some more macro-soaking picks. Get a 1-3-1 comp going on, a 1-1-3 comp. Maybe we'll get an Abathur. Maybe someone will play a Lost Vikings. Let's get some spicy pizza toppings picks up in here, please. I might have the colors mixed up, Raka. I thought Rooster Pizza banned Braxis, but I will verify. I was getting all caught up and using Soothsayer for the first time and getting it all right, and then I had the teams in the wrong spot, so I flipped it, and I don't know if I flipped all of it. So, but safe to say someone banned Braxis, and that means no Zerg waves today. I'm sad we never got a Protoss map for heroes, but it is what it is. Nothing new here yet. We got a Brightwing and a Stukov ban. What do we swap? And we are, after picking Vala for 2 maps, the Maximum Thrust has said we don't want it and you can't have it. So they get rid of the Vala. Excuse me. What do they have up their sleeves instead of their Vala pick? Because Vala was their first pick both 2 games. So there's going to be something sneaky in there. They're getting rid of the Li Ming, who was also a problem in Game 1. And they take the Rhaegar away from them. That's what you get for trying to hold those big picks. You can't look too good on them if you're not first pick. But Dr. J answers and says, you know what? My Asmodan was Crusher. And the Hogger is let through once more. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they sure ain't. So far, the only thing we've got different is they have stolen Healer from Rooster Pizza. They're stealing all of them. Now they've stolen the May. It's bananas up in here. But they've also taken the Sylvanas, and Sylvanas is going to be a strong pick on this map because there is nothing anyone hates more than Sylvanas showing up on a giant macro map with her silly little black arrows shutting down everything that your turrets are trying to do and killing your waves. It's the worst. It's very rude. We don't know why we ever brought her back. She should have just been dead, but Arthas decided we needed 25 years of Sylvanas storyline, so here we are. We get rid of the Sonya offlane, and there is Pedo Zul'jin. Finally, they decide he will not have his hero that is hero level 4,324 with 8 billion hours of gameplay on. And they shut it down. We take the Anduin. I don't know. Cranky Rhino, we need to have a better Anduin performance this game than we did last game. That's all I'm saying. Please and thank you. So, this is Sylvanas. Cranky Rhino back on the... That is a Dahaka. There you go. And now you have some real macro pressure from the side of Maximum Thrust between the Dahaka and the Sylvanas. There's a lot, and a Junkrat. That is a lot of macro pressure. So we need to see Rooster Pizza have a real head on their swivel to stop this, because that is 3 hardcore pushing lanes that I already see. So how will they answer with their final pick here? It's the tank. What tank answers all of these problems for you? A Diablo for Toast Monster. Alright. Fair enough. Yeah, and that is a Tychus on Pedo, so very good. The lines are drawn. The teams are drafted. We're going into Game 3. Might as well be Game 1 for a best of 1. Maximum Thrust. Rooster Pizza, welcome back, Pedo. Let's get to it. Switching over to a game mode. And then I think if I hit this button, you're going to get a little pop-up with everyone's stuff on it. So, blue team, Cranky Rhino on Anduin, Toast Monster on Diablo, Dr. J on Asmodan, the Pedo on Tychus, Shane 9110 on Hogger. For Rooster Pizza, welcome back, Pedo. And for your red team, Sparhawk Dahaka, Ace on the May, W Star on Sylvanas, Vacuity on Junkrat, and Zayliv on Rhaegar for maximum thrust. It's game 3. Let's decide this series right here, right now. Zooming out all the way. Here we go. Checking our talents for anything spicy. That is enhanced agility. He's going to get some speedy boots when he enters the bushes. Mr. Dahaka will. Unfurling Shadows. That is the knife talent for Sylvanas. They go for the cheesy tower take, level 1. I've seen this work where they get the tower. They don't get the tower. And there it is. You just punish it. You just snag one before they leave. You don't even get the tower, and Diablo just puts Rhaegar back on the other side of the lane. Junkrat explodes. Everyone all over the place. No kind of follow-up there, but that is a rough start. That tower, I still don't know if the tower is worth it, but not getting the tower is definitely not worth it. So you've got the 4-man in top up here for Pizza. Hogger's down there he's going to go for a double soak here. Rhaegar off and running to the bottom lane. Dahaka must have bushwhacked up to the top. And he's going to fight the 1v4. Pizza, are they going to leave? They just going to, and they are taking their leave. Maximum thrust stopping at the bruiser camp with May and Junkrat. There's not a lot of sustain here. Toast is looking for it. He sees that the bruiser camp got knocked out. He's calling his friends over. Everyone's going to show up. Here comes the dunk. There's no way. May and Junkrat, you guys are caught, and that is a really aggressive camp spot by Diablo. Junkrat slipping away, but oof. Nothing going straight for the macro team so far. Doesn't get the tower, doesn't get their bruiser camp, and they are down a quarter of a level already. Rhaegar off-laning down here by himself with his totem build. That's a choice, but there you go. Nothing spicy. We've got Gluttony on the Asmodan again. And there you go. You've got In the Rhythm from Tychus. Used to be my favorite talent in the game, and then they stopped letting you heal during minigun with your 13, so I hate it now. Diablo getting stuck in the blizzard. No damage there to follow up. Junkrat is off in the other lane. They have done the 1-3-1, so the XP is going to start tilting the way of maximum thrust as they head towards the I'm gonna get you bush right above the objective spawn. But Junkrat's not there. This is a 3v4. It doesn't matter if in your bush or not. You are down a person. Dunk comes in on all 3 of them. Diablo gets pulled out, and that is a jump on May. They're fighting up. Toastmars. Diablo goes down, and now the numbers have shifted. Junkrat's come up. He's made it a 4-on-3 with Diablo falling, and that is May going in, just absolutely letting them know they don't get to come anywhere near this objective. And that's a quick cap for the Junkrat. The dunk comes in far too late to stop it, but Dahaka's up top, still dealing with a siege camp. Hogger is hanging out with the boys at the death bush, and the siege camp bottom has already taken the wall in bot lane. So, despite the atrocious start and the aggressive posturing of Pizza, they are at an XP disadvantage. Toast watches May walk past. Here comes Rhaegar. That's the one you want. And Asmodan doesn't read the slam coming in from Diablo. The dunk misses, and Rhaegar just walks away from the death bush. Asmodan now taking the greedy path back, and it went from catching out Rhaegar to Asmodan walking into the enemy team. Maximum thrust is, I'm sure, very happy about that. Again, we see the Chastise talent, Piercing Light, coming out for Anduin with no stacks on it. Hasn't worked for anyone yet tonight. 3v3. Diablo walks away, getting poked out by the Sylvanas. She's got no mana, so there's no follow-up coming in from those 3. Junkrat peeling off to go soak again. They are all over the lane soaking. They're still only about a quarter of a level ahead. Pizza's hanging on right now. Everything else even right now. 2 kills apiece. Not looking too bad. They're splitting off for the camps. Yeah, one top, one bottom. They're over in the camp. And I guess these guys are taking their bruiser camp. They're going for their siege camp. Diablo's coming down to deal with the Dahaka. Hogger's dealing with a Junkrat, probably not having a fun time because Junkrat can just shoot him in the face with big old grenades. Pato posturing real aggressive in his shirtless Tychus, waiting for the engage here. Just hanging out on his little old golden rooster. Steps up all by himself. Is very fortunate that Dahaka did not get a lick all over him, as the kiddos say when talking to Papa Smurf. And Pato trying to be the bush anchor. I don't know if Tychus is the guy you want in the bush, but hey man, it's going. That dunk doesn't hit anybody. They all scatter. Tychus, your front line again, stepping up. You got Hogger on the side. That is 5 people all standing on top of Hogger. Hogger gets pulled out. Diablo stepping in. There's a cluster in the bush. Nobody sees anything that's going on. Big old AoEs. That is May going down. It is starting to go the way of Pizza. Looking for the Diablo follow-up. Does he get another charge? He grabs the Dahaka. No. Looking for Rhaegar. Maybe. No, the totem keeps him off him. Hogger's spinning all over the place. What is going on? This is ridiculous. That is, I don't know what's going on in there. He is having a good old time. He's trying to fight the Sylvanas. And there you go. Pizza snags the objective. And these woods are basically cut down. Pizza splits up 3-2. Junkrat all the way back up here. We got 10s coming out. Let's take a look. We got Rip Tire on the Junkrat. Isolation on the Dahaka. Mind Control for Sylvanas. Avalanche Snowball on the May. Nothing on the Rhaegar yet. I think he's waiting. We got the Ancestral. That's, you know what? That's no Bloodlust tonight. I'm disappointed. Bloodlust is absolutely the way to go. Anduin, Light Bomb again. APOC on Diablo. Demonic Invasion on your Anduin. Laser on the Tychus. And Shockwave on the Hogger. So nothing new, nothing exciting. We're fighting here. Hogger goes down. Just caught out of sight. Probably got mind controlled because that's on cooldown. They're going to push the fort because they don't have to care about this. They still have a objective lead. Push, clear the wave, come up. You got to drill down. Diablo steps up. Riptire's going to split the team in half. Pato's caught out. May's going in for him. Gets the Blizzard. Diablo caught in between all 5 people. Doesn't get anything. Ancestral comes out. Pato getting the hero snowball. Ace says, I saw what you guys did last game. I could do it too. Pato's walking out from the light bomb. Doesn't have a Tazdingo this game. Walks back in through the enemies. Don't know if that was the way to go. Gets blown up. It is 5-3. Diablo didn't have his souls. Was at 87, so did not get the quick respawn. And that is a curse coming in for the maximum thrust. Curse is going to turn off all your big buildings so they don't shoot anything. And it sets all of your minions to 1 HP. So easy, easy pushing, especially with a Sylvanas, a Dahaka, and a Junkrat who just are going to wipe your waves as soon as they show up. That's top going down. That's bottom going down. Pizza trying to clear mid to keep mid as long as they have a strong frontline presence and they can survive the curse with their mid. They're looking good. But Sylvanas says, I have things. I'm going to make sure nothing turns back on. We're tearing this down. Hogger's spinning through, gets mind controlled as soon as he's out of the spin. And there's the Junkrat mine. Hogger is, they have figured out how to handle the Hogger, and they are executing it well. They are at 13. They've got the talent advantage now. Curse is still up for 15 seconds. Dahaka says, that's cool. I'm going to go get a camp over here. 4v4 with the Hogger down, and Maximum Thrust says, that's enough. Let's slow down. We don't want to end things too quickly. We'll thrust a little bit later. They come over here for their boss. There's not a lot of answer that Pizza can do. Their bottom and their top waves are all messed up right now, all the way into their base. Their stronghold up front holding the line, but if anyone has played this game, you know once this boss goes, you're going to go straight down to this one. Blue team started the boss. I thought maybe the ambush brush was going to be the better play here, but they're going to try to burn it down. Their waves are in a bad state. If they don't get this boss and they get caught here, this is going to be brutal. Their team is split. Sylvanas is on the back line. They will get the boss, it looks like, unless the Riptire comes in not in time. So they get their boss, but it's their top boss is already pushing into the wall here. Rooster Pizza says, "What's cool? We'll disengage. We'll go deal with your boss." But they also have a siege camp pushing bot, so you've got to clear out both of these waves. Where Maximum Thrust just gets to focus on one area with their mega thrusting potential and clear out that boss before it even breaks the wall. Doesn't even damage the other tower. So, you know, it's a good thing that they got the boss because it means that Thrust didn't, but they got very little out of it, and by the time they're done defending, they're already in place for Thrust to take this boss. The mind control goes wide. Asmodan is standing in front of 4 people, manages to step out. They catch Diablo with the tongue. Leap of faith, and all kinds of things happen. Diablo gets out, but the camp looks like it is in sole possession. Meanwhile, Hogger and Tychus were up here taking a siege camp, so not sure if the trade is on point there, but the level advantage for being 2 forwards down isn't awful. Bruiser camp's going to keep them busy while the objective spawns. They should be able to clear it in time to make a stand for it. Bot lane has a catapult on it. Shane has cleaned out the top lane, so that's going to push with the siege camp. They're working on this Bruiser camp, but they're not going to clear it very quickly, and Maximum Thrust is ready to thrust from the darkness. There it comes. That's the mine. Or the trap. And they still don't know where May is. And that is just, there was no, there's the mind control on the Tychus. Stepping onto a mine. He manages to sidestep. Ancestral and Sylvanas keeps her alive. Big old snowball gets the Diablo and the Tychus. Light Bomb comes out on Tychus, disrupts the tongue from Dahaka. May gets the ice block out. Tychus goes down though. Dunk on all of them, but it's too little too late. Diablo's down. Anduin dies, and Diablo gets blown back into the Junkrat, and there goes Hogger. It's Hogger gets it. Just nothing. Just nothing. Asmodan trying to dunk from the distance, but just can't keep up with the heals and the lack of damage. They're keeping Tychus locked up for so long, he's not able to just get the minigun damage out that he wants to into these chunky targets. And May will just ice block and shut it down and heal through it. Dahaka can just burrow, and then he uses the essence to break it. That's a mind control on Asmodan, who steps up, gets the big dunk, but he also took a big dump. He is left there on the floor. Diablo tries to grab someone, but Pato's going to stand in the blizzard. Gets blinded and once more shut down on his defense. Anduin comes in to try to do something. They're standing on a mine. It doesn't look very promising, but Junkrat doesn't detonate it. This siege camp got a little bit of value, but nothing to write home about. Hogger goes to clear bot lane. We've got a talent advantage on this side of Maximum Thrust once more. Shane's trying to make that up and get to 16 as quick as they can. Everyone's trying to reposition, settle down, stabilize, figure out what the next move is on the map. Maximum Thrust just running around everywhere, grabbing all of these camps, taking all of the things, and they get the benefit of the objective being on their side of the map. And they're 2-1 up on objective takes, so this is going to be aggressive. Pizza has to do something here. They should wait for Shane to show up. What do? Do you push the objective and fight and die for it before the curse? Or do you just clean the waves up and try to defend the curse? You've got some room to work with if they get the curse. I don't know if I would commit to this. The Riptire comes out to buy some space. Shane's coming in the wrong way. Diablo's rooted on a trap. Tychus goes all the way in. Again, he's completely out. Gets lucky. Not mind controlled. Diablo comes in with the APOC, gets 2 people on the back line. That is a big snowball, removing the front line all the way to the back line of Thrust. Diablo is down. Tychus is trying to step up. Here comes the Light Bomb. Light Bomb's on Hogger as he goes crazy all over the place, so it's not controlled. Ancestral cleans up May. And Hogger's down. There's no front line left for the side of Pizza. They run screaming. Tychus throws a grenade out. There goes a leap of faith to get him out. The Chastise clears the forest out. And at least the 3 of them get out, but that's the curse down. And now you have no front line, so even defending, you don't have towers that are going to shoot. They don't offer any protection. You've got to get behind your wall. Top is going to go down quick. There's nothing Anduin's going to do to stop a Sylvanas and a Rhaegar. That's your top keep down. Chastise comes out. Again, only 1 stack on this talent. Even the minigun talent, 84 stacks. It's been a while, but I think that's really low. He just hasn't had time to do what he wants to do with the minigun. They're checking the camp. They don't want the camp. They're just like, we don't care. Your fort's not doing anything. We're going to go and take your keep while we're on it. Hager's trying to stop the bottom. Can't do anything about the bottom. The keep is going down in bot lane. Here comes the Riptire, but there's 15 seconds for maximum thrust to... Can they get this last keep? Pato taking a Riptire right to the face. Gets blown out. There's a bunch of cannonballs. Trying to... It gets mind controlled. That's a Pato. He is done. He is toast. There's no way he walks out of that. Light Bomb comes out. Tries to do something. Anduin goes down too. That's a big dunk right there. The fort turning on might help, but the black arrows are already on it to keep it shut down. Maximum thrust trying to take this keep down. That'll be all 3 keeps, and that is going to be a big death knell for Pizza. It is hard to come back when you've got permanent catapult pressure on your team. That's a 20. That's all the Ancestrals coming out. There's no way they're walking away. They want to end this and take the series now. Big old Riptire, the upgraded isolation. You got the big old AoE, Ancestral, multicast. Mind control is crazy now, and the big old snowball. They might get the May. The May pops the ice block. No way does she walk away. Walks away with her life. Asmodan got caught out at some point. There's no way. Now all you have left is a front line, which is backwards from everything else we've seen, but there is no damage on this Diablo and Hager, and you've got a core that's halfway down. This is the death throes of Pizza, but they're going out with a bang. They're going to fight. It's 5-on-4, but Diablo goes down one more time. Hager goes down one more time. Pato getting bopped into the line. He is stepping right. He's trying to run for his life, and you don't do minigun damage when your minigun's pointing towards your fountain. And I think that's going to wrap it up. They are dragging their feet. They're padding their stats. Tongue misses. That is game, set, and match. And I don't know. You're supposed to zoom in. Yeah, look. It's dead. Kaboomed. Wowee. Big old macro game goes nuts in the favor of Maximum Thrust. That's a 2-1 victory, but it was hard fought the whole way. Pizza certainly came back with the rebuttal to bring it to game 3 and play it close, but at the end of the day, it looked like Maximum Thrust had a answer for the rebuttal and came back strong with the counter rebuttal in the debate club and got the final points. Taking a look at the damage here, Asmodan trying to pump damage, had some big dunks there. Nothing doing though, as Sylvanas didn't die, Junkrat didn't die, Dahaka didn't die. That is, oh boy, we talked about the Anduin healing gap earlier tonight, but this was, that ain't it, folks. That is depressing. When you, it's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, that's a lot. Tychus just could not get any of the damage going for the team that game either. Only at 37k, no kills. It was it was rough for them. You know, but it was a strong response. So we're gonna pop on over to Lobby Foe. Oh, who's got the tag now? And I'm in the right Discord channel now, hanging out with the assistant captain of Maximum Thrust. And you told me how to say your name right, Vacuity. Vacuity. You know what? I was like, I thought it was like the you got all the vowels in, but I couldn't remember. I've been talking like a madman for an hour and a half now.
I bet those are some pretty intense fights, especially on that last one.
Is pretty impressive. how do you guys feel about winning the first series of the season?
Ah, it's always better when you can like sweep people, but it's always more fun and more exhilarating whenever you win like a 2 of 3 because you get to take a punch to the gut and realize you screwed up and try to fix things
I mean,
and do
there's no
better.
better
So
way to do it than a win-loss win, right? Because
yeah,
if it feels good because like, oh, they got the rebuttal punch, they figured out how to answer us, and then you guys came in strong.
yes, we stopped letting them split us in half is what happened because
Yeah.
they did it very well second game and we were like, nah, we're not gonna do that again.
Well, there's lots of crazy stuff to kind of go over. I mean, game one I feel like was pretty cut and dry. I think you guys had that one. Felt like you guys had game one from the onset. I don't really remember anything other than you guys just kind of slow rolling over them.
I think the KTZ threatened us really early.
Early,
with
yeah, he had some
stuns.
really good double stuns, double roots, had a couple blow ups, but you
Yeah, I think
guys
we
responded.
practiced dodging his junk, and then the first fight where he didn't land the things,
Yeah.
we got several kills, and then kind of took the momentum and took a fort, got some map pressure, lost the fort, and then took it back, and then turned it okay. But our offlaner did a pretty good job. I don't even know what happened, but somehow he killed Malthael a few times. So that helped.
It looked like there was a one-on-one kill at the camp top. Looked like I think he caught Malthael with his pants down up at the camp.
Yeah,
I don't know.
our
It's
offlaner was
when
probably pretty happy to do that.
the double soaking off laner battle isn't usually where I want to keep my camera, but I missed it. So.
Yeah, we were all looking bottom like, wait, who died? What happened?
definitely moved the camera up and went, well, that's Malthael's body fading into the ether. So, that happens. But it was a strong win from you guys. I remember calling out that your healer had double the healing of the Anduin in game one.
Yeah,
And then
kept us topped off for sure.
And then game two happened.
Yeah, that was good.
And they rebutted hard. It was definitely close. I think it was around level 12. You guys were even. And then they took a team fight or two on you, and it just
They got. I think every kill they got at the beginning of the adversity was off of May snowballs.
May had some really good hero snowballs.
We were trying to get away and dodge around it and just couldn't. And then somebody got snowballed, and instead of just abandoning them to their doom, we were like, no, we can save.
Got to try to dive in
side.
and saving Private Ryan and. No,
exactly. So
no bueno, and yeah, they definitely it got spicy after 13, and then at the end of game 2, their healer doubled your Anduin's healing, and
we were dead the whole time. So.
And I sat there and I said, I don't know if Anduin's to pick anymore. I don't know why we keep picking Anduin.
Oh, thankfully they picked it.
They went into game 3 and locked it right away, and I was like, I don't know about all this. Game 3, listen, you guys had a rough start. How did you feel about it? You guys almost got the tower, and then you didn't.
Yeah, I think we were too frontline, and whenever they scouted it, we should have just backed up because we took free damage, and Dahaka could do Dahaka things.
Yeah.
And we stayed a little longer than we should have a couple of times. And then they stole the camp because we were too low to fight them off, and that was kind of annoying. But
I don't know if they would have seen it, but Junkrat blew one of the bruisers out to where they were watching you from.
Yeah, that was me. I didn't know they were there.
I was like, I don't know if they knew you were there, and then all of a sudden the little guy just in front of Diablo in the bush, and he's like, oh. Let's go.
That's embarrassing.
That's you take them and you give them with Junkrat mines,
Yeah, I got a couple kills at the end, so I'll take it.
There were some good ones. You guys really shut all of their stuff down. I feel like Tychus didn't get to do anything that he wanted to do. It looked like you guys had a real solid answer for the Hogger in game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we went a full get away from us team for the most part because Diablo wants to get into you. Anduin can't do much from range. Esmo can only do stuff every 12 seconds or whatever, and then Tychus is kind of worthless unless he's all up in your face. So we were just trying to play back and then go in just when we knew they were all going to die, kind of thing.
It worked.
Worked
I
for the
mean,
most part.
there was definitely some Diablo Bush picks that I think didn't really go the way they thought they would, and the fights got scuffy. But
Yeah.
in the end, it was their Nexus that went down and not yours. So you guys pulled it out 2-1. Gives you a nice little early lead in the division for the season. A little bit of momentum going forward. Always feels good. You don't have to. You don't have to
Yes.
worry about fighting them again, right? It's a single round robin for you guys, so.
I actually am not the primary guy that looks at all the stats and stuff. Our
Oh,
normal
well,
captain is off on a business trip
well, there
thing,
you go. Now you know. You
so
you beat
I
them,
have
and
no
that's
idea.
that's a win in your pocket.
Nice.
So
That's cool.
I I think that's it. It's getting late for everyone. I do have. I'm new to casting, but last season I started a thing where when I got interviewed, I had a question for everyone. So I'm going to continue this. Now I get to ask it because I'm the interviewer.
I
If
like
you
it.
if you had to if you got to add any hero, if you got to add anyone from Blizzard's properties to Heroes of the Storm, who would you add?
Um, I feel like the fact that Arcturus Mink isn't in the games is a crime,
Yeah.
but maybe someday. I don't know. So it'd probably be him.
Well, I
There's a lot of
think.
good Warcraft ones too, but I think I'd have to pick Arcturus.
All right,
Arcturus.
all right. I like it. I like it. It's a good choice. You got anything for the folks
Yeah,
or
thank you for the cast. I didn't know it was happening until a few minutes before we
until I
started.
showed up
So,
in the in the room with you?
we'll take it. It's more fun to watch a replay when someone else is noticing the stupid things. Like, wow, what an idiot with that mine! He totally killed himself. Like,
Yeah.
those are fun. So,
Hey, and you know what? You guys can always leave me feedback as well. Like I said, it's. I've been excited to get to dabble my feet in here, and so if you guys watch it and you're like, "Wow, that guy was some real shit," you just let me know. And I
fair enough.
will appreciate the feedback as well. But congrats on the win. Good luck for the rest of your season, and share my my good tidings with the team.
I appreciate it. Thank you for casting. Have a good one.
All right, take care. All right, and that's going to wrap up the cast for Week 1, Div D West, Maximum Thrust versus Rooster Pizza. Welcome back, Pato. Pretty intense, I'd say. Back and forth. Good set of games. Well played on both sides. If anything, I hope both teams walk away knowing not to pick Anduin next week. Otherwise, guys, gals, other pals, we'll see you next week on NGS. Take it easy. Bye-bye.